I mean, when you can compare some of these indices to the lows we saw back in the spring at the height of the first lockdown, they're so much higher. They're around 30 points higher. If you look at French services, for example, I mean, that's a severe lockdown in France. If you look at the overall level of containment, it's actually not that dissimilar to what you saw back in the spring. Yet, the services activity index is 38 or so, compared to around 10 back in April. So it looks like companies are finding ways to maintain activity, to show resilience in the face of these lockdowns, much better than they did in the second quarter, which obviously bodes very well.
And Chris, how much of that do you think is a function of the type of government supports and the focus of the government supports? I thought my colleague Aneta there raised a very interesting point in Germany, in that some of these service names, the specific companies in the service sector have performed better because of the targeted fiscal support that they've been getting from the German government. Do you think that that is playing a role this time around in terms of this disparity we're seeing from country to country?
It's helping, definitely. I mean, obviously everything helps at the moment, but I think there's a broader picture here, which is the global nature of, if you like, of the lockdown back in the spring. So what we had there is a synchronized lockdown, and that meant that there was literally no demand anywhere. But now you've got pockets of very strong rebounding demand, as your reporter said, from Asia, China in particular. You've got orders coming through for manufactured goods, and of course industrial services linked to those orders. It's a very old-fashioned split, isn't it, manufacturing and services? There's a lot of activity that goes around manufactured goods orders coming through. So Asia's doing well. The US as well, we're seeing good signs of a rebound there. Despite the rising numbers, there's no big sort of reintroduction of lockdown measures in the US. The economy does seem to be faring better than we might have expected. So you've got sectors such as German manufacturing, which is positively booming now. So there's large parts of the service industries that support manufacturing continuing to do well, which is very different to what you saw in the second quarter, where pretty much everything got locked down, everything shut down. There was no demand, there was no domestic demand, no export demand. So everyone was suffering, but that's not the situation now.